What's happening, family? It's your brother, the elder. I'm out here in the good old natural state of Arkansas, or as they pronounce it, Arkansas. Just, just enjoying the weather, man. It's beautiful, you know. It's a little after 3 o'clock, and man, it's just a beautiful day out here today, man. I kind of wanted to come on today and just share, man. You know, Father has given me some understanding, and the Creator, the Most High, the Almighty, has given me some understanding. And, you know, I'm okay with if I'm wrong about something, you know, I know and understand how to deal with that. You feel me? Because in my journey in the last almost 6 years, I had an awakening in 2013 that changed my life. And it didn't have anything to do with an accident or anything of that nature. It was just the Almighty arresting me. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced that or not, when you've been arrested and you have to just sit there and just wait and listen. It's kind of like being arrested in the natural. You know, you're not in control. Your hands are tied. And all you can do is wait. Well, this happened to me in the spiritual. And so there were things that, you know, I can admit I was out of order in, you know. I was doing wrong, you know. But one thing about it is I'm so grateful because the Almighty chose me. He called me for a purpose. And I believe all of us have a call and a purpose. But he called me for a purpose, and I understand that purpose now. I didn't always understand it. I didn't even always accept it, honestly. But I understand it now. And I'm grateful for it because it puts me in a position to be able to help people. And I don't know if you understand how important that is when you can be in a position to help somebody else. It's nothing like it. It speaks volumes for you and even for the individual or the persons that you're helping. Well, anyway, so he arrested me. And so in the process of that arrest, spiritually, he began to share things with me concerning myself and how I was carrying myself and how I was treating those that were around me. And it was an awakening for me, honestly. But it took me into a place where I no longer was satisfied with what was. And I wanted to draw closer to the Almighty. And I wanted to understand even the context of the text that we read, we call the Bible. But I wanted to have a better understanding of that in my mind so that I could be a better representative of what he wanted out of my life. And so, you know, I took the time and I began to search and look and seek, you know. And in that process, I was given an opportunity to get clarity. Now, I'm going to share this with you real quick because I need to get off here. I don't want to be on here long with this. But we are never, ever at a place where we know everything. There's always more to learn and more to understand. Never think that you've grasped everything. You will not ever know everything about the Creator. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what book you may read, what philosophy you may follow, what religion you're a part of. You will never know everything about the Creator. But He does give us some understanding. And so that's what I'm a seeker of now. I'm a seeker of truth and understanding. And my journey has been crazy, I have to admit. But I'm grateful for it because it has humbled me in such a way that I'm more concerned about obeying my Creator than man. And so with that being said, I'm seeking truth, period. And it doesn't matter the source as long as it's truth, as long as it's historically true, as long as it's verifiable. Now, a lot of people would say, well, Elder, the scripture declares that we walk by faith and not by sight. And I agree with that to a certain extent, because I understand that just because I can't see something doesn't make it true, or that I can't see something doesn't make it not true, right? But that doesn't mean I have to walk around blind. And when I come into understanding, I should be able to at least have some type of way to connect the dots to make everything line up and make sense. And then some would say, well, Elder, it doesn't matter. Doesn't the scripture declare that His ways are above our ways and His thoughts are above our thoughts? Well, I get that. But I also understand that there are writers that have agendas. And the agendas in which the writings come from may not always be what we think they are. Everybody doesn't have your best interests at heart. Just because we read something in a book doesn't always necessarily make it facts or make it truth. So, as I've talked about in previous videos, you have to do diligence. And when I say that, I mean, you have to go and do research, because just because you read it, you need to verify it for the sake of clarity and understanding. So the whole purpose of this video today is to ask you and remind you to look for truth, seek out truth, and in all thy getting, watch this, as the text declares, which is a great principle, get an understanding. Don't just take something someone says as the downright absolute if you haven't done the research to find out what the origin of what they're talking about comes from. So let's talk. Leave a comment down below. Let's have a conversation, all right? Let's dialogue. Tell me what you think about what I just talked about. Give me some insight, all right? Like this video, share this video. I love you guys. with the love of the Almighty. All right? Blessings to you all.